as a continent has now defined ourselves.
In the news, House of Rep member faults Nigerians for not speaking up early enough. Ijaw youth call for board on NDDC threatens to shut down Niger Delta economy. Chad's transitional government says it won't negotiate with rebel group. Indonesia's found missing submarine broke into 3 pieces, 53 found dead. And in sport, Ozil mocked Tottenham over 1-0 defeat to Man City. Details shortly. This is TOS Television, your digital first pan-African news network, TOS TV. I am Abigail Okwade, and this is TOS News 360. One member of the House of Representatives, Yusuf Gagdi, has blamed Nigerians who knew about the post-pro-Taliban views of the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Issa Pantami, but yet did not speak up during his ministerial screening in 2019. Gagdi, a member of the House representing Pangshin, Kanke, and Kanam Federal Constituency in Plateau State, expressed his view in a TV interview. He pointed that the Department of State Services did not send any report to the National Assembly on the past extremist view of the minister during his screening 2 years ago. Report has it that unknown gunmen killed about 5 soldiers in Omelema community in Abia local government area of Rivers State. The gunmen opened bullets to the air and went straight to a lodge where the soldiers were camped. These came barely 48 hours after gunmen attacked some security checks, killing 8 operatives. Meanwhile, all heads of security agencies on Monday morning held a security meeting at the headquarters of State Police Command along Moscow Road in Port Harcourt. The Ijaw Youth Council has given President Muhammadu Buhari an ultimatum of 1 month to constitute and inaugurate a substantive board for the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC. Peter Igbifa, who is the president of the group, said the group may be forced to disrupt socio-economic activities in the region if the president fails to meet the given deadline. The Ijaw Youth Council says the use of interim administrators to run the affairs of the NDDC is depriving the region of equal representation, which undermines even development. The youth also urged the federal government to adequately monitor the progress of work on the East-West Road, saying their observation, the standard of work by their contractor, is not satisfactory. The Joint Admissions and Matriculations Board's weekly bulletin has showed that the website registered more than 300,000 candidates for the 2021 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination. The bulletin also showed that candidates can send their national identification number from any SIM of their choice, provided the SIM has not been used by another candidate to register for UTME or direct entry in the past. JAMB said that this is against its earlier statement, and only the SIM that was linked to a candidate's NIN could be used to send their NIN to 55019. National Cashew Association of Nigeria says 90% of its cashew that is cultivated in Nigeria is exported in its raw form. This, it said, has made the sector experience loss in every aspect of its exports. Secretary General of the association, Mr. Sotoye Anga, detailed that Nigeria does not get enough value for the crop as compared to how lucrative the crop is. Anga further stated that Nigeria produces 260,000 metric tons of cashew yearly, out of which 90% is exported raw. This is your digital first pan-African news network, TOS Television, and you are watching News 360, stories across Africa. When we return, to stay tuned. Welcome back. Now across Africa, Chad's new ruling transitional military government has said it will not negotiate with the rebels blamed for killing the country's president Idris Deby and who launched an offensive in the country 2 weeks ago. In a televised statement, the military spokesman General Azim Agoma said the rebels, known by their French acronym FACT, were seen to collaborate with several groups of jihadists and traffickers who served as mercenaries in Libya. He added that this is not the time for mediation or negotiation with outlaws. Still on Chad, civil society groups are plotting a public demonstration demanding the dissolution of the Transitional Military Council headed by the new leader, General Mohammed Idris Deby, son of late President Idris Deby. The groups are calling on the Chadian population of all over the country to take to the streets on Tuesday for a public demonstration. They say they are placing themselves under the protection of the African Union and the United Nations and ask that mechanisms be urgently set into motion to ensure the protection of citizens, to take charge of the process of comprehensive and inclusive dialogue to build a consensual transition and to create the conditions that guarantee a lasting political handover. Meanwhile, the African Union has called for an all-inclusive national dialogue and expressed grave concern over the establishment of a military council. Now to Somalia, where the African Union has said that the country is not ready to hold a countrywide election involving all of its citizens. This was agreed upon on Thursday during the 933rd meeting of the 15-member AU Peace and Security Council. President Mohamed Abdullahi Farmajo and Parliament 2-year term extension was rejected by the Council, arguing that the only viable solution is the agreement signed in September of 2020 to hold indirect elections this year. The AU said a special envoy to the country has been appointed. The envoy will have just a month to drive mediation between parties in Somalia who have failed to agree on an electoral calendar to prepare for indirect polls. Still in Somalia, gunfire erupted until evening in Somalia's capital on Sunday between units of the security forces for and against President Mohamed Abdullahi Mohamed extended stay in power. Somali's Homeland Security Minister Hassan Jimali expressed condolences to all victims but did not say how much people had been killed or wounded. The soldiers were believed to have entered the city from military base outside Mogadishu. Most of them belonged to the clan of former President Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud and Sheikh Ahmed. Both have vowed to forcefully dislodge the president if he does not return to negotiations over the election delay or resign. In a related development, still, former Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud on Twitter accused President Mohamed Abdullahi Mohamed of orchestrating an attack by soldiers on his home on Sunday. As splits deepened over an extension of the incumbent's term in office, the accusation did not include details or proof. In the tweet, he noted that a warning has been sent to Farmajo and reiterated the dangers of politicizing security. But the Internal Security Minister Hassan Hubday denied that the government had raided the former president's home, according to state-run Somali National News Agency. This is your digital first Pan-African News Network, TOS Television. You are watching News 360, stories on the foreign scene after the break. Thank you for staying tuned. Now on the international scene. Indonesia's military announced on Sunday that the submarine that sank in the Bali Sea has been found. It was broken into 3 pieces and all 53 crew members on board before it went missing have been declared dead. The pieces were located at the bottom of the sea by a sonar scan that detected the submarine at 850 meters far beyond its diving range. Rescuers found new objects including a life vest believed to belong to those aboard the submarine. Indonesia's President Joko Widodo expressed his deep sorrow over the tragedy and sent his condolences to the families of the submarine crew. It was announced on Monday that the long-delayed travel bubble between Hong Kong and Singapore will begin on May 26 as they move to re-establish foreign travel links and lift the hurdle of quarantine for visitors. The bubble between the two cities was set to commence in November of 2020, but was suspended after an increase in coronavirus cases in Hong Kong. Edward Young, Hong Kong's Commerce Secretary, and Ong Dien Koo, Singapore's Transport Minister, said the bubble will commence with 1 flight per day into into each city with up to 200 passengers on each flight. Those who want to travel from either city must test negative for COVID-19 before leaving and when arriving. Still on COVID-19 developments, European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen on Sunday said American tourists who have been fully vaccinated against the virus will be able to visit the European Union over the summer. This comes a year after shutting down non-essential travel from most countries to reduce the spread of the virus. Von der Leyen said the Americans use a European Medicines Agency approved vaccines, and this will allow free movement and travel to the European Union. She said the US was on track and making great progress with its plan to vaccinate 70% of adults by mid-June. She added that the travel resumption will depend on the epidemiological situation, but it is getting better in the United States, as it is hopefully also in the European Union.
What that is at the very end, we are at the beginning, day number 1 or 2, after the letter has been brought to Brussels.
On Monday, a court in Moscow began a hearing into designating Alexei Navalny's Anti-Corruption Foundation and its regional network as extremists after prosecutors requested they be added to a list of terrorist and extremist organizations. The Russian prosecutors went ahead to suspend all activities of the groups. According to Navalny's team, the aim of this move is to essentially shut down the movement. FBK's director Ivan Zandov wrote on Twitter on Monday that the activities of Navalny's offices and FBK were immediately suspended, attaching screenshots of a prosecutor's decision. In a statement on its Telegram channel, Navalny's office said the group would no longer be able to work as usual. Navalny's team promised it would continue fighting corruption, the ruling United Russia's party and President Putin. They added that the fight will not be easy, but they will win because they are strong. And in business, 720 billion naira swap deal for at least 15 billion yuan currency has happened between Nigeria and China, which is recorded as a slow pace 3 years after the currency swap agreement was launched. While the Nigerian importers on China's route were facing hard time in sourcing for dollar as foreign exchange rate for their businesses, the currency swap agreement allows importers of goods from China to exchange transactions in Chinese currency instead of the dollar. Nigeria became the third country to sign such a deal with China after South Africa and Egypt. This is your digital first Pan-African News Network, TOS Television, and you are watching TOS News 360. More stories on entertainment and sports after the break. Thank you for staying with us. Now we continue with events that took place at the 2021 Academy Awards on Sunday in Los Angeles, United States. Welsh actor, director, producer, composer, and painter who hold both British and American citizenship, Anthony Hopkins has emerged the winner of the Best Actor honor in the role played in The Father. The Welsh actor already has an Oscar to his name, but made history on Sunday's Oscar Award as the oldest star to win an Academy Award for Best Actor after the nominations were done in March of 2021. He was nominated alongside Riz Ahmed, Sound of Metal, Chadwick Boseman, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Gary Oldman, Mank, and Stephen Yuan Minari, but emerged the winner amongst them. The award was presented to Joaquin Phoenix on behalf of Anthony Hopkins. His act as Dr. Hannibal Lecter in the 1992 psychological thriller The Silence of the Lambs got him his first award at the 64th edition of the Academy Awards. Still on the Oscar Awards, the Chinese-born producer who is based in the United States won the Best Director and Best Picture for her third feature film, Nomadland. Her first debut film, Songs My Brothers Taught Me, was premiered once in the Sundance Film Festival and also nominated at the Independent Spirit Award for the Best First Feature. She is a filmmaker who is known primarily for her work in the independent U.S. films. Her second feature film, The Rider, in 2017, was critically praised and received nominations for the Independent Spirit Award for Best Film and Best Director. And in sport, Mesut Ozil mocked Tottenham Hotspur following their 1-0 defeat to Manchester City in Carabao Cup final. Aymeric Laporte was the hero as he nodded in Kevin De Bruyne's free kick with 8 minutes remaining in the game. It meant City had clinched the trophy in each of the last 4 seasons, and the result saw them equal Liverpool's all-time tally of 8 League Cup triumphs. Nigeria's UFC welterweight champion Kamaru Usman is set to earn $1.5 million after his second-round knockout win over George Masvidal at UFC 261 at the Vistar Veterans Memorial Arena in Jacksonville, Florida on Sunday. The fight, which happened in front of 15,000 sold-out fans, lived up to the billing, with the Nigerian knocking out his opponent in the second round in front of his home supporters to return his UFC title for the 4th time. The Nigeria has a guaranteed $750,000 for the first appearance and another $60,000 promotional bonus. And that is it on TOS News 360 on your digital first Pan-Africa News Network. For more updates, visit www.tostvnetwork.com to follow and like TOS TV Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube to stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS Television Network. I am Abigail Okwade. Thanks for watching.